Welcome back to Zeke1 Plays, and I'm so glad you guys chose to join me today. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most exciting games coming out in 2023, and that is Hogwarts Legacy. Here are 10 things you need to know about before you jump into buying or playing this game here in just over a month.
Zeke1 Plays.
Now, before I get into the list, I do want to let you know that I'm very excited about this release. I will be buying it day one and jumping into it, and of course, streaming, talking about it, helping you guys make it through the game as well, right here on Zeke1 Plays. So, don't take any of these items on this list as an indicator that I am in any way disappointed or not looking forward to this game. I am absolutely looking forward to it, and it's going to be an amazing experience. With all that being said, number one is, Hogwarts Legacy is exclusively a single-player experience. Coming off the heels of many of us experiencing Elden Ring, or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or other similar titles where you can bring people to your world or you go to their world and you adventure in these single-player experiences together, that is not going to be the case in Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is exclusively a single-player action RPG type of game. Think more along the lines of a Skyrim or even an Elden Ring without the multiplayer, or a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of experience. With the caveat that this is going to be, it's going to have a lot more choice in terms of your character development than something like Breath of the Wild, because you're not playing a named character, you're playing someone who is more like yourself, but it's probably going to have a lot less expansive of a world than something like Skyrim. Very excited though, and even though it is just a single player experience, it's going to be one for the books, especially for those of us interested in the world of Harry Potter. Alright, these next few items are going to be reflecting just a little bit of the story of the game, but do not be afraid, there won't be any spoilers. So, first up is the fact that our player character, the one that we designed that is us, begins Hogwarts as a 5th year student. Now that's different because pretty much any of the books, all of the students start as a 1st year and make their way up through the levels, and so beginning as a 5th year, you must wonder why and what happened for us to develop our magical powers like later in life than normal. And so we're excited to learn more about that mystery when the game begins. Now, more on the story is item number 3, which is that this game takes place in 1890-ish. And so this is long before Harry and his friends, and a long time before Tom Riddle and Hagrid and etc., even quite a bit before Newt Scamander and all of the adventures that we've seen recently on the screen through Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And so this could even be before Dumbledore was at Hogwarts. And so this is incredible, kind of like an untapped gold mine of lore that we're going to get into here. And there will be people whose names you know, but there probably will not be some of the familiar faces that you're used to seeing on the screen in the movies that we've gotten so far. Item number 4 that you probably want to know about is that J.K. Rowling did not in fact write this story. However, Rowling's team was involved in making sure that everything that's included in this narrative and in this world building goes along with what they are trying to build as the wizarding world of Harry Potter. And so it is not going to be a deviation from her vision. However, she is not the main writer in it as well. So it's an interesting bit of information to know. And point number 5, kind of the last one relating to the story, is that apparently our player character has some sort of deep connection with ancient magic. So we do not know how far back this goes, if we're talking about the beginnings of Hogwarts with Godric Gryffindor and the likes, or if it's even older than that, maybe back to the foundations of time itself or of magic and the wizarding world itself. We're going to learn more about that in the game, but obviously this must be a kind of a big driving plot point, and it probably has something to do with the reason that we were not discovered as a witch or a wizard until our 5th year, ready to go to 5th year at Hogwarts. And so this is going to be really exciting subject material. You know, we haven't really talked too much about deep ancient magic in the Harry Potter franchise, but I'm excited to get into it here with this game. Number 6 is more of a fun fact, and this is especially pertinent to PlayStation owners. There is some content in the game, specifically a whole side quest line that is exclusive to PlayStation owners, because Sony and PlayStation has been a major proponent aid to Hogwarts Legacy in the promotional material. unveiling multiple different trailers at PlayStation exclusive online events and such. And so for a PlayStation 5 owner as myself and some of you out there, this is good news. We're going to get pretty much exclusive access to, I believe, the Hogsmeade side quest line for a while, I think for a year, before the other consoles have an opportunity to play that. Now, number 7 applies to all different kinds of console owners, and that is this really, really neat opportunity for each of you. And if you haven't done it before, I'm going to show you on screen now how I am beginning to go through this process so that you can do it as well. Did you know that you can set yourself up a profile as a wizard or witch on the Wizarding World website? And when the game releases, you can import this data directly into Hogwarts Legacy and carry over both your house selection as well as your wand type. And so check this out right here on the screen. This is my Wizarding World profile. I literally just signed up for the first time, and so I get to create a wizarding portrait, right? I get to add my house, my wand, and my Patronus, which is super, super neat. And I encourage all of you guys to do this. And so I'm actually going to film myself going through this process live here at the end of the video. So if you would like to check out how it's done and maybe decide if you want to do it yourself, you should follow me here at the end of the video. And know that if you get this done before the game releases, you can import this information directly into Hogwarts Legacy. There's been no word as to whether or not your Patronus will be in the game, but your wand and your house will absolutely be in the game if you have a profile on here. And so I cannot wait to get into that with you guys. Number 8 is a gameplay mechanic having to do with morality. And basically in an open world game like this, many games give you the opportunity to make good choices or bad choices, to become a good person or a bad person, or in this case, a good wizard or a bad wizard. And that is exactly the opportunity that we're going to have in Hogwarts Legacy. We don't know the extent of how this is going to develop. Also, it's been stated by the developers that there is not a clarified morality system. You're not going to have a rating like in old Mass Effect games that kind of shifts with each decision. Instead, it's more of a how you react to situations and who you're going to become. For instance, we know that the unforgivable curses are in the game. That is Crucio, Imperio, and Avada Kedavra. But you do not have to access them nor use them. And so just simply deciding to go on that side quest and look for those spells and then to use them in combat or for your own purposes, that in itself is a morality system that's going to be inherent in the game. And I'm very excited to see where this all goes. How evil can you become? Or how good will you rise to be? Number 9 has to do with your house that you're going to select in Hogwarts Legacy. I believe you're going to have some input as to what house you choose. Obviously, if you do the Wizarding World thing that I was talking about earlier, you will already have your house selected for you. But there are extensive previews on YouTube, and I'm going to show some of it on screen now, of different houses and their common rooms. And so just seeing the common room and how to access it and kind of like a little tour of each one can give you a lot of information as to which house you should select whenever you pick up the game. And finally, I wanted to show a little bit of gameplay, and number 10, telling you guys that I am very excited about the gameplay of this game. The combat actually looks interesting and thrilling. I grew up in an era where the Harry Potter games coming out were licensed movie games, and there was basically no combat. I mean, there was some form of casting spells back and forth, but it was always very stop and go and never smooth, right? And so in Hogwarts Legacy, we actually have this opportunity, as you can see on screen, with some of these crazy wand battles going on, to really flesh out what it might feel like to cast these spells, to be in a duel where to misstep with a spell could end up paralyzing you or worse. And so I cannot wait to see how far they take it, whether it be against Death Eaters or whether it be in a class fighting against your peers to become a more developed wizard. I'm just excited to see how far this is going to go. And finally at number 11, because I figured on a list of a top 10, the Room of Requirement should not be in the 10 because it's only there when you need it, right? So in number 11, the Room of Requirement is going to be kind of like a base of sorts for your character. In the Room of Requirement, you will have different things that you can develop and use over time that allow you to use resources to craft different things, to probably change clothes and spells and attachments. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be used, but it feels like a hub base sort of mechanic in this game, and so I'm very excited to see how they implement the room of requirements, one of my favorite pieces of Harry Potter lore. That's it. That is 10 facts that you need to know before you pick up this game or before you get into it. It's going to be a blast, and I cannot wait to show you guys more stuff as the game gets ready to drop. And so as it gets closer, I will of course remind you that it's coming out. Get your hands on it, let's play together. And then as soon as the game drops, I'm going to be releasing guides and all kinds of information about where to find certain things and how you can become the most evil or most good witch or wizard that you can possibly be. So now, let's turn our attention to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter website, and I'll show you exactly how you can set up your wizard profile to import into the game when it releases in just a month. Alright, first things first, you need only go to wizardingworld.com. When you get to that website, you're going to have an opportunity in the top right hand corner to click login, and then there's a place where you can sign up, create your first time account if you've never created one on Wizarding World ever before. And when you log in, it'll look something like this that you see on your screen now. And you can see it's got my name in here, but then I have all these options to do some different things. So the things you're going to want to do before the game releases include creating your portrait. All right, so here I have an opportunity to do that on screen, and I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. And here we are now. I had my Wi-Fi cut out, so back to it. We can create our portrait, and it looks like I can create different face options here. And then I'm going to have an opportunity to customize my skin tone and all these different things. And so, super cool. Here's what I came up with. Now I have this amazing Harry Potter Ravenclaw portrait, which of course is the house I lean toward, but I guess we're going to see now what it's going to come to. Alright, so here we go. After I have created my portrait, the next thing I'm going to want to do, especially before the game comes out, is discover my Hogwarts house and visit Ollivanders, the wand making place. And so let's start with doing the Hogwarts house. So here we're going to begin our sorting opportunity. So get sorted now, and then I believe what it's going to do is it's going to take me through a series of questions and some things I have to go through. So I'll do it for myself, but you can do it on your own, and I'll show you the results here at the end. Alright, the sorting hat is ready to make its decision. We're going to see what he decides based on the different responses that I gave. And it appears that I am indeed a Ravenclaw. And so, and I was not trying anything. I was literally answering how I would have in real life. So you probably know that some of the Ravenclaw's most renowned members include Gilderoy Lockhart and Luna Lovegood. But did you know that Ravenclaw's Grey Lady is the least talkative Hogwarts house ghost? Or that Ravenclaw's common room boasts the most stunning views of the castle grounds? You're not alone. 14,000 fellow Ravenclaws have been sorted into this house today. That's super cool. Here are some examples of people from Ravenclaw. Professor Flitwick, I didn't know that. That's really cool. A Message from Your Prefect by J.K. Rowling. Super cool. And so now I need to get a wand from Ollivanders. And once I do this, it'll be time to jump into Hogwarts Legacy in just a month from now. Just as I did before, I'm going to allow you guys to make your way through this quiz by yourself, and then I will reveal to you my results of what kind of wand I got. And I believe it's pulling up my results here now. A dogwood wand with a phoenix core, 12.5 inches, and slightly springy flexibility. That's pretty cool. Dogwood wood and a phoenix core. Very, very, very neat. Now that I've completed this, I believe I'm going to be able to, when I get Hogwarts Legacy here in just a month, load in my dogwood wand and my Ravenclaw house as I prepare to start my own adventure. So I hope you guys will do this as well. This is super interesting stuff, super fun to do. And now I'm going to go discover my Patronus, but I'll let you do that on your own. And so thanks again for joining me today at Ziggy1 Plays. And there will be more information about this game coming out very shortly, so stay tuned. I'm expecting another trailer here in just the next week or so. So I will cover that as soon as it comes out. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you again on the channel very soon. Peace out.